Just to be clear on terms, an insurrection is when people with guns try to overthrow the government. Not a single person in the crowd on January 6th was found to be carrying a firearm. Not one. And only one person that day was killed with a firearm. It was an unarmed woman, an Air Force veteran called Ashli Babbitt, a little over 5 feet tall, no weapon whatsoever, no threat whatsoever, and she was shot in the neck. Now, the man who shot her was a Capitol Hill police officer called Mike Bird, the same Mike Bird who had left a loaded Glock in the men's room at the Capitol but somehow wasn't fired. Leaving a loaded weapon in a men's room, if you're a cop, that's a deal killer. But this guy kept his job. How? He later admitted, Mike Bird did, that he knew that Ashli Babbitt likely didn't have a weapon, that she wasn't really a threat. So if you were investigating what happened that day, you'd ask, well, wait, why did he shoot someone he knew did not pose a deadly threat to him? But no one ever investigated that. And during the proceedings last night, and we checked, Ashli Babbitt's name was not mentioned a single time. So what's the message of that? Aaron Babbitt was her husband. He joins us tonight. Aaron, thank you very much for coming on. Once again, we're so sorry about what happened. Your wife did not deserve to be shot to death by Mike Bird. But the fact that she wasn't even mentioned at a hearing about January 6th, what message do you think that sent?
Honestly, I wasn't surprised, Tucker. I mean, I had no intentions of watching it in the first place, but we can go back, 7, 8 months ago. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but a sitting member on that panel, Adam Kinzinger, publicly donated to Michael Bird's GoFundMe. He gave him $200, and then he boasts about it on his own Twitter. And then we can go back to last week where I was listening to Mayor Giuliani's radio show, and when he was getting questioned by them, he straight up asked them, "Are you going to talk about Ashli Babbitt?" And he said everybody just blankly stared at him, looked down, and looked like they were following a fly around the room. So I knew they weren't going to be talking about Ashli at this thing.
But to shoot an unarmed woman is so immoral and so dishonorable for a man to do that. How could you ever encourage that? I mean, what would you be if you would encourage that? Aren't you really saying anyone who disagrees with me should be killed?
Well, I truly believe in my heart that they know it's murder. So I mean, they can't admit to it, so they have to just bypass it and blow by it and just act like it never happened.
Did Kinzinger call you? Did Lindsey Graham, who encouraged the Capitol Police to shoot more Trump voters, has anyone ever called you and said, we disagree, but I'm really sorry that your wife was shot in the neck and killed?
No, I've never received a call from anybody from Congress. I mean, we do have members of Congress that are openly helping us and championing us, but I've not received any phone calls regarding the death of my wife other than January 6th. Darrell Issa called me that night.
So we've got new evidence, or evidence has come out subsequent to January 6th that shows that your wife not only was not posing a threat, but was preventing others from posing a threat. Can you characterize that for us?
I mean, it appears to me that way. Everybody was caught up in the emotion and the energy that day, but I know my wife, and I could see the change in her demeanor once she started things getting hectic at those doors, once she started, what we now know are bad actors, breaking down those doors and breaking down those windows. I specifically hear her, and I urge everybody to listen to it. She's yelling at them to stop. No, don't wait. And I can see the agitation on her. The police move, and it turned chaotic and very confusing for somebody that was not there causing violence.
Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to have members of Congress, Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, Lindsey Graham, come on and explain how many other unarmed women should be shot to death because they have the wrong politics. I would be really interested to hear them. In the meantime, we appreciate your coming on tonight. Aaron Babbitt, thank you